Hello everyone. I guess it's been a while since I watched Deep Space Nine because I recently binge watched the series and I didn't realize the amount of information we were given about the major factions in the Star Trek universe. One of the major factions we were given the most information about, besides the Bajorans, are the Cardassians. The Cardassians always intrigued me. Even though they're a superpower in the Star Trek universe, their technology is inferior to the other major factions in the Alpha and Beta Quadrant. In this video, we will review the rank structure, the technology, and the shifts within the fleet to get a better understanding how can a race that has inferior technology was able to become a dominant faction. The Cardassian military is divided between at least 12 orders and several militias. The members within the military are trained by the Cardassian Military Academy. The military is controlled by the Cardassian Central Command, which was overthrown by the Utopian Council before the Dominion War. The Cardassian rank structure is slightly different from other factions within the Star Trek universe. I'm not familiar with all the ranks in the Cardassian military, but a Glenn is like a first officer, a Gull is similar to a captain, and a Legate would be best described as an admiral or general. We have seen Gulls act as commanders of warships, space stations, and all the way down to captain of a cargo vessel. It seems like their power depends on their influence at the time. The Cardassian ships are considered inferior compared to other newer faction starships such as the Galaxy class vessel. We also saw a Nebula class vessel destroy a Galore class, which is the main warship within the Cardassian fleet. It appears that they're lacking in transporter and sensor technology compared to other major factions. While the Cardassians are lacking in a few areas, their shields and weapons are evenly matched to the Klingons and Federation. Even though some parts of their technology is not at the same level as other factions, the Cardassians' main advantage is their tactics. During the Klingon-Cardassian War, the Cardassians were able to hold off the Klingons by implementing decoys with sensor ghosts and hollow projectors to confuse their enemies before they attack. The Cardassians always have a plan within a plan. They fight in tight formation to cover up any weaknesses. Once one ship fails, another ship takes its place. In many ways, the Cardassians are very similar to the Romulans. They prefer covert actions than direct confrontation. The Obsidian Order is the Cardassians' primary intelligence agency, and in my opinion, it's an even match to the Tal Shiar, which is the Romulan intelligence agency. Of course, neither of these agencies are at the same level as Section 31, because very few individuals are aware of this agency, and they understand that secrecy is the best weapon in this game. Even though some Cardassian technology is not at the same level as other factions, they're still able to develop vessels that can stand up against their enemies. Now let's start out with the least advanced ship on the list, which is the Groumall class, which is a military freighter or cargo ship. The Cardassian military uses this vessel to transport cargo and troops to their territory or to the front lines. This vessel is 255.65 meters in length and is 55.13 meters in width. Has 30 to 50 members and can go up to warp 6.5. The vessel is armed with low-yield phaser banks, while some freighters are entirely unarmed, but all of them are defended by deflector shields. This ship usually needs to be escorted by other vessels to survive an attack due to its weak weapons. This vessel is so weak it's unable to damage a bird of prey even when its shields are down. But this vessel can be outfitted with a System 5 disruptor in its cargo bay, which gives this freighter the ability to damage or even destroy a more powerful vessel. The only issue with adding a disruptor to this vessel is the energy that's required to fire this weapon. Once fired, this vessel will experience overloads, which was shown to us in the Deep Space Nine episode, A Return to Grace. The next vessel on the list is the Hideki, which is referred to as the Cardassian shuttle or fighter. The Hideki is a smaller warship at a length of 85.78 meters in length and 60.14 meters in width. It's commonly used as a patrol ship or as a transport ship. This vessel is heavily armed for a ship this size. It's armed with at least 4 spiral wave disruptors and 1 aft disruptor wave cannon. It's able to carry 30 crew members or more, and is reported to go up to warp 9.5. Of course, this vessel is defended by deflector shields as well. Another patrol ship that was deployed by the Cardassians is the Brinok class cruiser. This vessel was deployed to be a long-range ship that possessed cloaking technology. Of course, we have to remember that this vessel entered into service after the Dominion War, which makes sense because the Cardassians definitely didn't possess this kind of technology during Deep Space Nine. Besides that one time they captured a bird of prey during the Cardassian-Klingon War. This vessel is capable of carrying 15 crew members, as well as go up to warp 9.7 for short periods of time. The ship is armed with plasma and phaser weaponry, and is equipped with drones which can overwhelm and destroy their enemies. Of course, this vessel is defended by deflector shields as well. The next ship on the list is the primary starship used by the Cardassian Union. The design of the ship is in the shape of the Cardassian symbol. The Galore class was in service during the Federation Cardassian War, the Klingon Cardassian War, and the Dominion War. Sometimes referred to as a hooded warrior, which is from Cardassian mythology, the Galore class makes up the majority of the Cardassian fleet. At a length of 371.88 meters in length, the Galore was considered smaller than other factions' capital ships within the Star Trek universe. Throughout its service, this vessel was updated and modified to keep up with other factions. This class of ship has been through a couple of version types as well. The Galore is able to fit up to 300 crew members and is able to go up to warp 9.6. This vessel is armed with 8 spiral wave disruptors and 1 heavy disruptor cannon. The Galore is also defended by deflector shields as well, and is also capable of carrying 15 shuttlecrafts or fighters. The Cardassians eventually took the same design of the Galore and improved the technology. This new class of ship was called the Keldon. The only difference in dimensions is this vessel is 11.13 meters taller than the Galore. The Keldon is better equipped to face the newer versions of Federation starships, while the Galore was outmatched. The Keldon is able to fit up to 500 crew members or more within the ship, as well as going warp 9.6. The ship is armed with 8 spiral wave disruptors and 1 heavy disruptor cannon. It's also defended by deflector shields and can carry 15 shuttlecrafts and fighters. This ship was considered a top vessel used by the Cardassians during the Dominion War. Another vessel that was deployed during the Dominion War was the Hutet class, which was originally developed for the Cardassian expansion of their territory without relying on space stations and other vessels which were already stretched too thin. The starship was not green-lighted until the Cardassians joined the Dominion. This ship was the biggest vessel operated by the Cardassian fleet during the Dominion War. It was 1,640 meters in length, and it was capable of carrying 475 crew members, not including the additional troops that could be added. This vessel is not completely made up of Cardassian technology. The Dominion added short-term self-repair systems, which could fix critical systems during battles. The Hutet is armed with 3 large disruptor wave cannons, 8 long spiral wave disruptors, and numerous torpedo launchers. This vessel can be used as a base of operations during long-term assaults because it's capable of carrying large numbers of troops and equipment. After the Dominion War, the Cardassians built the Damar class, which is no surprise it's named after Damar from Deep Space Nine. He was remembered as a great leader who liberated the Cardassians from the Dominion rule. This vessel is equipped with the best technology that the Cardassians possessed. The Damar class is the largest dreadnought that applied some systems of science vessels into its specs and was put into service during the 25th century. This vessel is 998 meters in length and has a standard crew of 720. The Damar class is equipped with a warp drive capable of going warp 9.9. The ship is armed with a Cardassian support platform cluster, a spiral wave disruptor beam arrays, cannons and turrets, and photon torpedo launchers. It's also defended by ablative armor, deflector shields, a support platform cluster, and a cloaking device. The main reason why the Damar class was developed was for intelligence gathering. Due to this reason, this class of vessel was equipped with a cloaking device and active sensor arrays, allowing this vessel to track and gather information. It appears that the Cardassian fleet has grown and improved over time, but their main advantage is their tactics and ruthlessness. When they fought the Federation, they were matched when it comes to tactics, but the Cardassians were willing to cross the line to win the battle when the Federation had their ethics. Throughout every Star Trek series, the Cardassians were always able to compensate for their less advanced technology by gathering intel and always scheming. Even throughout the Deep Space Nine series, we were never sure if the Cardassians were being truthful or they were trying to get the Federation in a false sense of security. I'm curious to find out what are your thoughts about the Cardassian fleet, and which ship is your favorite. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe, and also check out these other 2 videos displayed on the screen. If you enjoyed my content, then please follow me on my socials. Thank you for watching Utopian Broadcast, and I'll see you next time on my channel. Thank you.